Hi, I'm Violet, the Abysmal Witch, and this is a witch's perspective, my perspective on cancer. So when last I left off, it was I had gotten my ultrasound and brought my stress levels down from I'm going to die to, okay, we can deal with this. Now, a fun perspective thing that I have not actually shared with you, and fun is definitively in quotes on this one, is the kicking the puppy syndrome, as I was calling it. And this is not something that everybody understood what I was trying to say. So let me see if I can explain it in a way that makes sense. There's this weird thing about having bad news because we go through a lot of life with things on autopilot, on habit. We share good news really easily, but bad news doesn't necessarily get shared to the same degree or as broadly. And there's not kind of protocol around it. Like, how do you intro this in a way that doesn't just like shock people? And the answer is actually, I did find kind of one coolish way, but it kind of only worked in certain circumstances and only happened later. So for the most part, what it feels like to do that bad news thing, and I did it repeatedly. I told my staff, I told my boss, I told the other bosses, I told a very select like not a handful's worth of people in my private and pagan life. And that's probably something that people are going to wonder about. And it's just it's hard. It's hard to have even care coming towards me is then something I need to deal with. And so I've been a little cautious about how much I put it out there, which is to say almost none. So these videos are actually my first real outer um, expression of the news. And because I wasn't ready, willing, able to take on that weight of other people's knowledge. I'm not saying that's how they intended, just saying that's how I feel about it. So with the people I did tell, because with work people, it's a different experience and different sports. So what is it like? And for those of you who've done the bad news thing, you probably get where I'm coming from with this. So this was my experience of it. And what it felt like is that, you know, it'd be like going into a conversation with somebody and then out of the blue, like even if you kind of like, there's no way to prep it really. But even if you do, it's like taking a shot put or a smaller size medicine ball and suddenly throwing it at the person. And then it feels like you're kicking a puppy because the first is just the shock, right? There's just this moment of shock on their face where they, when they've been hit by that heavy ball, where it's just like blah into them. Because again, how do you do this nicely? And then the kicking the puppy is watching the expression in the eyes as it goes from an innocence, right? They didn't know. And then you say, I have cancer, 3 little words. And they go from innocence to knowledge, and that knowledge comes at a price. And it's like wounding somebody for multitudes of reasons, whether it's care for me, whether it's past experiences in their lives, you know, how their experience with cancer. Like it's just, it felt like kicking puppies, and it felt like I did it over and over and over again. And I mean, I could have chosen to keep it to myself, but then on the flip side, that I'm keeping secrets, and I'm not fond of keeping information from people. I kind of took a like the people care, right? And I care about them, and so let us. I'm not going to keep this. I'm not going to keep it hidden. You're not going to find out when I'm in the hospital. That seems like a bit of a cruel thing to do, and it doesn't create this web of community and support, which is a great thing to have, and it's been really wonderful. But yeah, I spent a couple days as it were, because you know I'd kind of work my way through individuals, and I was kicking puppies for days, and it was tough. And now you're probably wondering what what um, that other way I found was, you're going to have to wait, because that goes into a whole nother aspect of, of my fun journey. So wait for it. It's coming. And that's this perspective at this moment. Blessed be.